Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to my little Wolfen's wanderings here. And I know it's been a while since I've been back for an update, but better late than never. And well, when you're not feeling up to par, you probably don't really want to be on camera. So, but I'm bouncing back, and the garden is progressing nicely. So let's head out there and do a tour, shall we? And here we have some of my peppers for this year. We got my Ahi Fantasy and the Ahi Pineapple. And followed by the seed of Fatali, the M.A. Wartrix, and the Bohemian Goat, I believe, are all sharing that one. I've got, you can see actually some nice ripening peppers on there already. Gonna be a taste test in order here, I think. But that's my Peter Pepper and my Bishop's Crown. And down there on the end, and down on the end here, I have a Jay's Peach Scorpion and my 7-pot Brain Strain. So, two that terrify me, to be perfectly honest. But I'm game if you are. And yeah, it'll be fun. Anyway, I'll spin around to a more prime locale, because right now all we can see is my rhubarb on steroids. And yeah. Now this year, along with a multitude of peppers, we did a whole bunch of pickles. So we spiced up a couple of our pickles last year, and it adds a beautiful kick to the dill, and I really like it. And this year, if everything goes well, I'll hopefully have some to send out to some friends. That would be nice. But here we got our pickles heading down there, and most of them took this year. Yeah, we used the older seeds, so I was actually surprised that many did take. And in the center row here, we have our green beans. And right on the end, a little spaghetti squash that's a little bit hurting, but she'll come back. I actually had a beautiful little flower, which would have been my first spaghetti squash, but there's nothing else around to pollinate it quite yet, so next time. Hopefully it perks up a little bit. Down on the end there, I've got a couple of radishes, and it's already way too hot it won't develop a bulb. But from what I understand, it'll grow into quite a little bush, and it'll grow pods that house the seeds, very much like a small pea pod, and they're edible. You can eat radishes, the bulb, the leaf, and the seeds when they're young. From what I understand, I haven't tried this yet, but it's my experiment for this year. Try some radish pods. They're supposed to have a nice little bite, like radishes do. And swing into the right. We've got our potatoes are all up and looking really good, which is nice to see. There's another view of the rhubarb. I really want to find something to do with that. I've contemplated some wine making, and that might be really fun. I'll have to look into that some more. The chives are all flowering and seeding, and I'm sure this bed will be full of them before long. And we got a couple pumpkins going there. There and there. Yeah, and it was fun. All of their leaves that were started on the inside got sunburned like hell, and but everything that has kind of been born to the direct heat of the sun is just fine and accustomed to it. So I guess, yeah, the starting works well, but they sure look sad for a little while before they perk back up. Anyway, I'll head down to my pepper row there, and yeah, we'll continue the tour. Alright, we've got ourselves a beefsteak tomato in this pot, along with my Bananarama. And we got one on there that's taking on some nice color now. On the other side here, I got some of my ground cherries, my white whale, and I finally, well, I got them to germinate, and yeah, I've got a lot of them this year, so not only do I get to sample, I get to share, so that'll be fun. I've got, let's see, and yeah, I found these whiskey premium aged faux barrels at Wally Mart. I think they were $17 or something like that, so I grabbed a couple. Yeah, and that one houses my atomic starfish and butch tea and buchaloki, I believe, so that'll be another terrifying mix. over and over here I have my big black mama and a Trinidad scorpion, so there's a couple more of my super hots. Down here I have, with that big purple pepper there, he's a mystery because I lost his little popsicle stick. I'm kind of suspecting he may be a purple UFO, but that first pepper sure doesn't look like it. Anyway, and here I've got a jalapeno and oh, what's the other one? Hello, little one. I have a visitor. Did you come to see my YouTube video too? Well, it's nice to see you. Like I was saying before Mr. Robin decided to visit, I have a peach scorpion there and my jalapenos. It's just fun to say jalapeno. And some more ground cherries on the end here, which is kind of nice. On the other side, I have some more pickles. Now, and two of them, the two on the ends here, were store-bought, and in a little pack, and then the other ones were the seeds, and they took nice. Here I have another jalapeno. I had lots of those. I just threw some seeds in that were really old, and well, more than I thought took. Anyway, so another jalapeno, and another one of those evil ties that I munched out a while back. And one more set over here, and here I have my ahi ahuchapan and a paprika. Yeah, I think that's kind of interesting. I've heard of paprika and how it's used mostly for color and stuff. I'll move a tiny bit here. Yeah. So my ahi ahuchapan has got some nice peppers and some nice color on that one, turning orange. I'll have to look it up and see what color it's supposed to be. Here you can see the red paprika in there. Might have to sample her. Anyway. Here I just wanted to show off my little columbines growing in the sidewalk blocks. There's this color, which is kind of a nice red. And then we've got kind of the pastel blue. Actually, I'll move over here. I've got kind of this purpley pastel blue. And then this deeper purple. More of a pinky, I suppose. Whereas that's got a more red hue. And these guys are a nice, more vibrant purple. It's so neat the way the little... My mom took a bunch of seeds and they're successfully growing out in Bragg Creek, which is just west of the city here. But being towards the Rocky Mountains, it's uphill all the way, and about 1,000 feet higher from Calgary here to my mom and dad's little acreage. And they do not develop those neat little, I don't know how to, like what makes it look like a spaceship out the back there. You can see there. It's really neat. Yeah, and then there's even a darker purple over. You can see some of them. They've been just going wild. And then around front, when I'm going up the ramp, I'll show you my white ones. And they're like wicked. Really, really white. The Alberta Rose is in full bloom. which is nice to see. I was thinking that needs to be axed down to ground level, because a lot of the mature growth wasn't looking very good, and it's just the very tippity tops that are actually producing much of anything. So, but it's keeping the pollinators happy. So I bought a couple of those potato bags with the pocket in it, and I rather enjoy those little mini potatoes that you can get, the young ones, and we had one that decided it wanted to start growing, so hey, I threw it in the potato sack. There may actually be something stirring, I'm not positive. It went in there pretty late, but yeah, so we'll see what happens. That's my potato experiment. Here I have my Nat King cherry. I don't know if my camera is picking them up or not, but we've got a couple really loaded bushes here with them this year, and yeah, no, it should be good. I do enjoy them, but it's a battle with the birds, unfortunately, and they get the most of them, it would seem. But I'll enjoy a few. Maybe make a jam or two. Up front here, I've got one of my cherry tomatoes, and this is a boot jaloki up front here. It had a couple of nice peppers on it, but just like this flower bed was last year, it's nothing but squirrel playground, and anything that's in there, well, we don't get to enjoy. So my plan for here is to build a nice big raised bed all the way across with a caged top, so that those little fun seekers can't get in there, and I'll fill it with strawberries and low-lying stuff, and being a raised bed, I'll be able to get in there, and that'll be looking forward to the 2020 garden season. Well, the tree that I got survived the winter and is looking really well. Yeah, the plum and apple combination. So I don't think we're going to see any fruit this year, but keep on building that root ball, and yeah, establish yourself well, and maybe next year I'll have my first plum harvest. That would be really cool. And down over there, I have my other cherry tomato variety, and cherry hot pepper, which actually grows to look like the little cherry tomatoes, but with a kick, as it were. And here I have my poor devastated tiger lilies. They had those red, they kind of look a little like a ladybug, but they're not. And some kind of a little red beetle. And their offspring are these little worms. And as a defense mechanism, they stack their own feces on their back. So these little blobs of stuff go crawling around and devour your plants. It's, forgive me for being blunt, but friggin' disgusting. So yeah, there's not many heads left between the rabbits and the squirrels, getting them when they were really low, and these bugs just munching out hardcore. I will hardly see any tiger lilies this year, unfortunately, whereas they were doubling in the amount I was getting almost every year. I guess I'll have to do some preventative maintenance for them for next year and give them a really good chance. Yeah. And again, there's a little bit closer look at my cherry hot, which got abused very young, but seems to be coming back. Yeah. And yeah, the cherry tomato. We've had some pretty good rain the last few days, and yeah, some dark clouds, but it makes for nice green grass. Not exactly garden related, but I thought I'd show you my van. And yeah, I really enjoy road trips and traveling, and this sure grants me the freedom to do so. And yeah, this year going to be taking a road trip and driving out from Calgary, where I live, out to Nanaimo, BC, on Vancouver Island, and that should be a great trek. I'm going to outfit the van here so that I can sleep in it and be comfortable. And yeah, otherwise got the hotels booked and seeing as how my webpage is, or my YouTube channel is called Wolfen's Wanderings, I'm going to take you along on our road trip through the mountains and on the ferry to the island, and that should be a lot of fun. I'll give more of a tour of the van here down the road, but basically here's the lift that gets me in, and I drive right from my wheelchair. Yeah, so as you can see, there's no driver's seat, so yeah, that allows me to lock right in from my wheelchair, which has a large bolt mounted on the bottom, and yeah, so I don't move or go sailing anywhere when I move. It sure has been good to me, and granting me a lot of freedom. She needs a tidy up really bad, so I won't go in and get too in depth. Not sure if you can see those two stickers, but Transcend Existence. Wes has a fantastic YouTube channel. He converted a bus. That's pretty much my dream. And Adventure Van Man. Brian's got a great channel as well, and he's been living in his van for a few years now and just traveling the US and loving life. So it sounds pretty nice to me too, man. Someday. Here I am just heading up the ramp here, and yeah, this is what I'm greeted by as I exit. These are the white columbines, and yeah, they're just such a wicked, vibrant color. It's really neat. Little Johnny jump ups all over. And it looks like my dill that I left is gonna have some offspring down there, along with the weeds. Here we are up on the deck. Over here I've got my lemon star and a garden salsa that are both really happy. I've got my spicy mustard and my lemon habanero. Down over here, what do we got? This is my yellow and red devil's tongue peppers. So those guys should be interesting. My peach habanero and my sugar rush peach. So there's a peachy pot. And yeah, it's getting some color on the peppers that are already on the sugar rush peach there. And next to him, I've got, what does that say? My orange naga, and that is a peach Carolina Reaper, which is like stupid hot. And I don't know if I've got the cojones to try that guy yet, but well, he's not looking the happiest. Maybe he's not agreeing with the amount of rain that we've had or something, because yeah, but we'll keep him going and see what happens. Next to them, I've got my MOA Scotch Bonnet and a Scotch Brains. So we'll see how they turn out. And over here, my Atomic Starfish and another of those Ahi Ahuchapan. I started one in the house, and wow, he stretched like nobody's business. Sorry, a bug crawling in my glove. Alright, I'll climb the final tier and give you a little look out. And here we have another of my ground cherries in formerly Oklahoma. I tried to get an okra to go in there too, but I can't get one to start, so I started one on the seed mat and didn't keep my eye on it, but I'll show you inside. It's a super long, I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I should just plant them and hope for the best. And here I have another ground cherry. You can see the fruit developing on there. It's neat. They are a really neat plant. And another little Thai. Those wicked little guys. They are absolutely great for a base on a sauce kind of a thing. They don't have a massive flavor, but they really have a nice little kick. And that one is my purple UFO. So, yeah, you know, judging by that and the one in the back there, except the one in the back, well, his leaves are very green still with kind of a purple vein. And this guy, his stalk is purple, his leaves on the bottom are purple, and the fruit are definitely purple. What a neat plant. And Galatia painted a pot for me, which is always nice. And up there we got the door peppermint, as usual, just because it's really nice to give that a little caress on your way in, and yeah, makes the tummy feel good and everything else for that matter. We are back inside, and here's my honey drop cherry tomato. Well, I got some nice fruit that's almost ripe and ready for sampling again, and there's been lots of flowers. But this thing is amazing. It's literally grown from floor to ceiling to floor to ceiling, and it's been snipped a few times. I've given bits away. It's been kind of a great little indoor experiment. Yeah. But yeah, wow. A little bit of vitamins and a front window, and off he went. And beside him, beside the water pitcher there, I got my, that's my Fatale. It seemed, well, I had two of them in that little pot, and the one kind of choked the other one off, I'm thinking. But this one looks nice and happy and healthy. I'm trying to decide whether or not to bring it outside. Hey, that's very Dr. Seuss-esque. I'm trying to decide if I should bring it outside. Anyway, yeah. So you see that super long gangly thing down there? That's my okra. Yeah. So you got to watch those guys when you got them on a seed mat, because there's no light and they'll stretch looking for it. That's funny. Anyway, my aloe vera is in dire need of transplanting, and I'll have to try and tackle that one day. It's got a couple of pups growing off of it, and yeah, really neat. Oh, and now to the other window for one more adventure. Here I have my indoor ground cherry, and that thing is happy. So I'm on my way over. Oh, my poor cactus has taken that. My Hoya's happy though. Anyway, my ground cherry here, I come over to show you guys, and I'm like, hey, I had some that were ready to fall off. Where are they? But I just checked, and check it out. They're in the pot. Here are my first ever ground cherries. I'm so excited. And there we have it. I feel like a proud papa, my first ever ground cherries. Right on. That's just cool. I'll have to peel them open, and I have a Fatale. Or not a Fatale, a Phileas Blue. It's no longer blue, but it's ripe and ready. But back to these guys. Wow. Okay, I'm going to try and peel one open here, and yeah, I'll get back to you. Well, on one hand, I think that's really freaking cool, but on the other hand, darn, it's not quite ripe yet. And it fell off. So, I wonder, maybe I need to get her more drinks or maybe some nutrients or something. So I'm going to try some compost and top dresser and something healthy. And yeah. So I wonder if I should leave that one in its little husk. It's kind of funky. They say that they become papery when they're falling off. These guys are like, still kind of like just a wilty leaf when I tore that one. It's the neatest little plant, though, and it's just something completely new to me. So I'm a little bit in awe of my little thing here. I'm going to leave it to ripen, see if it will. And I'll leave the other one in its little bag until it's time. Well, for anybody still out there, thanks for joining me today and my little garden update. It's been fun, and it'll be neat to see things progress right up until we take our little holiday there, and a friend of mine is getting married, so that'll be fun. I'll actually, maybe I'll take a picture of me in a monkey suit as opposed to my generally casual attire. Anyway, again, take care, everybody, and yeah, we'll see you again soon.